Live, jetzt sind wir live.
Okay.
Aber die hören uns schon, ne?
So, we are still expecting some of our visitors. So we know that you are really now online, but you still have to wait some moments.
Bis jetzt noch 0 Zuschauer. Noch keine Zuschauer bisher.
Dieser Abend, der fordert unsere Liebe einfach heraus. Komm, wir lieben jetzt mal.
0 Zuschauer, wie kann das denn sein? Geht ja gar nicht.
Also wenn es die ganze Zeit bei 0 bleibt,
können wir uns die Sache sparen.
Ja, ich meine, einige gucken sich hinter das Video nochmal an, aber ich weiß nicht, ob es das dann bringt. Also da haben wir auch wirklich noch genug andere Arbeit zu machen. Immer noch 0. Jetzt fällt oben mein Telefon, ist mir jetzt völlig egal. 0 Zuschauer, das ist ja auch irgendwie eine coole Botschaft. Die in Rumänien ist schon 9, ne? Die sind noch eine Stunde weiter.
Das ist eigentlich komisch, weil also der Michael hatte geschrieben, dass wir auf jeden Fall zuschalten wollten.
Die Isabella doch auch, oder?
Ja, das weiß ich nicht. Eigentlich wundert mich das sehr gerade. 4 Zuschauer.
Kannst du mal aufmachen hinten so?
Okay, 4 Zuschauer plötzlich.
Hello and good evening. Up to now, it's only our voice, which you can hear. But we are still expecting some of our collaborators, and so in some minutes you will see us live, and we will be full in the picture.
So, hier ist ein Kabel, vorsichtig. Ja.
Guten Abend zusammen.
Hallo.
Hallo.
Genau. Also wir sind schon, setzt euch einfach schnell hin. Hier kann sich noch einer hinsetzen und dann noch einen Stuhl. Okay, so hier ist Milena.
Ich mache das mal ein bisschen.
Maybe you can take that chair and open it. So.
Ich schalte jetzt aber den Bildschirm wieder aus, ne? Sodass wir also sichtbar werden.
Also das heißt, so, first we have to be, okay. Hello!
Hallo!
Okay.
Ich mach mal den.
So nice to see you this evening. And now you see we are sitting here in our dining room. And you see we are really a very big crowd of people. You know us all from the camp.
And Lautstärke seht ihr an den Grünen, wenn das ein bisschen.
Okay, yeah. So we have got some information from Father Heinrich, and therefore we have been a little bit confused. But it's belonging to our live stream. So it's really a very big chance, and it's a joy for us to share this time tonight with you. And maybe we can present ourselves very shortly. Because mostly you know us, but maybe there are some sitting beside of you who never has seen us up to now. So let's start on the right-hand side, close to Vadui. Maybe you can present shortly where you are, and who you are and where you are.
Oh, great. Yeah. I'm Vadui. I'm coming from Armenia, but I'm living in Germany. I'm 16 years old. Yeah.
Very good. And next to you is sitting Katarina.
Yes, I'm Katarina. I'm living in Kamen. I'm working in the parish together with Meinolf, and you saw me at the camp office.
I'm Meinolf and I'm sitting here. Hello. George?
My name is George and I'm living in Kamen. And
you are coming from?
Syria.
Syria.
Hallo, ich bin Katuna, ich bin 18, komme aus Georgien, wohne schon seit 2 Jahren in Deutschland.
I'm Katuna, I'm of the age of 18, I'm living here since 2 years in Germany and coming from Georgia. That's it. No.
Hello, I'm Milena, I'm 15 years old. I'm from Armenia, but I'm living in Kamen.
And last but not least,
My name is Alex. I worked for the camp and I was part of the camp. I'm living in Münster. That's a city about 1 hour from here. And yeah, I'm happy to join our circle today.
And then is appearing father
Henry. Yes, I'm working backstage this evening, looking for the techniques, and yes, I'm living in Dortmund. I'm the only one from Dortmund this evening. Borussia, hello, hello, hello.
Really fine. So you know, it's quite fine that we have this time now, and we want to help one another to remain in this reality of the camp we lived together here some weeks ago in Kamen. And therefore, it's really important that you have the chance to react now. You know, we will speak about some very small experiences, and the idea we have is that maybe you also can react on different ways. And Father Heinrich, our technician, he will show you now the ways on which you can react. On the one hand side, you have the WhatsApp of my mobile phone, of my Wacker. You can see the number now on the screen. And the same song, if you want to react by mail, you could do it on my mail address, meinolwacker@gmx.de. And if you want to send a short message, an SMS, you can also do it on the mobile phone number, and you see them all now in the screen.
One technical advice from backstage. It would be good that you don't use the chat room of our connection here. Use these ways, because it is difficult for us to have a look on the feedback you give via internet here on our streaming.
Yeah, really fine. Thanks. So if you are now online, and if you are really in the different countries sitting in front of a computer or sitting in front of your mobile, we would be very, very happy if you would react now, because we are not sure who is connected to us now. We know that there are some people sitting in Slovenia and joining us, and we know it from Albania, because last night the Albanian group came together, and maybe also Amela in Graz. But if there are some others joining us now in this time, please send some SMS or WhatsApp on the mobile, so that we can present you to the whole group. Okay, now I think we can speak shortly about the moments we passed here in our camp. And I think if now your best friend would enter here into this room, what would be the impression or the little experience you would share immediately with them? Also wenn jetzt der beste Freund reinkäme und fragen würde, was war so der schönste Augenblick im Camp? Also welchen Augenblick würdet ihr erzählen? Maybe we can put together like a fragment or like a mosaic, those different little pieces to enter into the reality of the camp. Madui, do you have an impression which is still living in you?
Oh, yeah. There are so many, actually. I really miss the times of our the days that we were getting ready for the last performance. And I miss the band Solitaire, really, because they were very good and friendly. And oh, I miss really everybody in every moment. I don't know which one to share. Maybe the workshops in Mosegat, I think.
Yeah. Okay, workshops in Mosegat. And Alex, you prepared a lot for the different workshops. Maybe also you can share one of those moments you have in your heart.
I think my most important moment was during the performance as well, because for me it was like a focus of all the camp, like a resume, like a summary all the camp, and actually of all the half a year that we worked for the camp. And it was so, for me, so emotional to see all of you working together for this project, working together for being a family and smiling and irradiating your power, your love, your inner emotions and feelings. And that was so it was very, very emotional for me, and actually I was crying the whole performance. During every song I was really losing some tears, and that was just because of you. And I was really touched by all the dances, by the music, by your faces, by the situation of showing to be a family. And so thank you very much for that.
Thanks, Alex. And I can give you the information that Julian Odega, the second one in Dortmund, is connected with us. Hello, Julian.
Hello.
Very good. Very good. Okay. And Katuna, I think we can move to you. Dann wir können zu dir springen, Katuna. What was one of the most important moments for you? Also was war für dich einer der schönsten Augenblicke?
Also ehrlich gesagt, das war für mich im Camp viele schöne Momente.
I passed a lot of nice moments during the camp.
Ja, und jetzt sage ich mal so, im Camp war so ein schönes Moment, dass wir auch die Jugendlichen zusammen
Yes, I really was touched by the fact that a lot of young people came together and that we shared our life.
Ja, dass wir die Senioren im Altenheim besucht haben.
And the moments in the houses for seniors, when we have been there and really visited those aged people and shared our time with them.
Ja, das war für mich großes, sage ich mal so, Entscheidung,
Yeah.
mit Jugendlichen hingehen und diese Zeit dem Senioren schenken.
And for me, it was a real decision, really, to go together with young people into those houses and to invite them to share the time with those seniors.
Yeah.
Thanks. George, the famous man from Syria. Do you remember one short moment as well for Europe?
Ja, also ich hatte auch sehr schöne Momente und mit den allen hat's mir gefällig sehr gut, also es hat mir sehr Spaß gemacht, mit denen zu leben und man hat es gesehen.
Mit wem?
Also mit den anderen Camp-Teilnehmern.
So for me it was really important to live together with all the members of the camps, also to stay together and to share our life.
Also an einem Tag war Julian, er saß da.
I remember one day when Julian was sitting there.
Und dann habe ich ja noch das Motto, wir hatten da I give you what I have.
And the motto of this day was I give you what I have.
Und da hatte ich halt zufällig eine Cola. Und dann habe ich Julian die gegeben und dann habe ich ihm das Motto vorgelesen und habe dir gesagt, I give you what I have.
And I had a Coke in my hand and I regarded the motto and then I read it and I told to the others, I give you what I have by giving the Coke.
Und dann haben wir zusammen angestoßen, sagt man halt, und haben die zusammen getrunken.
And then we made cheers and we drank the bottle of Coke together.
Und das war die beste Cola bisher.
It was the best Coke I ever drank. It's really fine. Katharina, do you remember one?
One important point or one important experience for me was when we did the first bicycle tour, and it was also a big project because we had the plan to go to Dortmund by bike and all together, and we were over 100 people riding a bike. And it was very nice to see when we were on the road and a lot of people were greeting us, and we took care of each other, and it was really nice, and we shared a wonderful afternoon in Dortmund, and we came back without any Verletzung.
Blessures.
And yes, it was really a great experience to do it all together.
Yeah.
And having time on the road, speaking with each other, singing, something like that. This was cool.
Really fine. And we can say hello to Michael in Serbia and to Amela in Austria. Welcome to us. Hi. Milena, do you remember that you was also a part of the big camp?
Yes, I can say that the most important part of me at the moment is that when African music dramas they had been in the last performance,
Yeah.
and we in the background were dancing so much, jumping, that it was so cool. Thank you so much for this moment.
Yeah, the African workshop was really amazing. Yeah, yeah. It's really fine. And Father Heinrich, could you add now one impression from your heart? So he will switch the screen.
Yes,
That's Heinrich.
Yes, for me, it was, of course, a very impressive moment to watch the screenplay on the performance. That was touched me really, and it was like a little bit like Alex has already told. And I really had the impression that during the camp, God has not only added one person to another. This was not the action of an addition of people, but it was a new reality. It was a reality of working together, of being one. And this, for me, was a really touching experience. And now this experience for me a little bit continues. I have known some people from Syria in Dortmund who are in our camp there in Dortmund-Wickede, and so it opened my heart for these people, and it was a very nice experience to feel this spirit among us, the spirit of God, that really can bring people of the most different countries together. That was for me the most decisive thing about this camp.
Really nice, yeah. And if I try to remember the time of the camp, I remember the time after our performance, because when we did the performance later on, I stood for some hours in the Konzertaula, and you know, we ordered and we arranged it all there, and at the end then I came back with my baby van, my baby bus, you know, and I was coming here close to the Hauptschule, and I remember I saw Badre, the brother of Fejir, and he didn't see me in the little van, but he came by bike, and he was biking really with all his power and with all his energy, and I saw he was passing under a light, and then I saw his face, and he was full of joy, and he was laughing, and it was like an explosion of joy in him. And in this moment, I understood what was going on during the performance, because we did it all together. It was our common experience, and Badre, he shared his life with us during all the time of the camp, and I think it was for the first time that he did it, and then to see that the joy we shared there was visible on his face, and I never will forget this face. It was dark on the one hand side, and his face was really white under the light, and I saw his joy, and this is still remaining in me now. Yeah, this very, very short moment. Okay, then we can say hello as well to Marcus in Serbia, and we can show one picture from Amela now. Maybe it's working, because Amela sent us one picture. Yeah, okay. it's coming directly from Graz, close to the Slovenian border, in between of Austria and Slovenia. Thanks for the picture, Amela. Okay, so then we have the idea now to give you some ideas of what was going on now in the different nations. And I think first I can speak, or maybe you can speak about the experience of Michael.
Yeah, Michael sent us a very deep.
Okay.
Michael sent us a very short and deep experience. It was very nice to receive that. We received several experiences and reactions coming out of the camp, and we have one very nice one of Michael from Serbia. He said, "On this camp, I've learned a lot of things for life, but one touched me especially. I was looking on the way how some people behave when talking with somebody. That person was listening to someone talking to him. And the way how he concentrated, how he really tried to understand the other person, to be with all his best in that conversation, that really impressed me and reminded me of the mottos like be in and this very moment for you." And then he said that he would like to try it for his life as well. Now I want to be like that, to practice it every day with all people around me, with those who are like me, who I like or not too. So it's a very nice experience to see how we can live those mottos and those be in and this very moment for you to be 100% with the other person in front of us in every moment of our daily life. So thank you very much, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Greetings to Serbia.
Serbia on top. And then we can share with you one experience coming from Macedonia. You remember Maria and Claudia? They came from Macedonia, and Maria, she wrote me a very, very nice mail. And at the end of this mail, Maria wrote, this week, it's a week after our camp. This week, we have a group of young people from Malta who are here in Skopje to hold a summer camp for kids. And I'm included in the camp to help them organize and also to translate from English into Macedonian language. The focus of the camp are the kids who are coming from disadvantaged families, and the big part of them are of Romania origin. It is a really great experience. So it's so nice to know that you really came back to Macedonia and entered into the next camp, and then that you really helped those kids to make a very good experience. And then Maria wrote, in the next weeks, I think it's now, I will be included through Caritas Macedonia to help the migrants that transit Macedonia and which are located at the Macedonian border. They are in a very bad situation, waiting in Macedonian border for days, and giving them food and basics, hygienic products can help a little bit, especially to the little kids, to women and to elder people. It touched us here in Germany very deeply because, you know, we have a lot of refugees now here in Germany, close to 1 million now. It's a very, very big crowd of people coming here, and we know that a lot of them are coming from Greece by the Macedonian border. And we saw a lot of people there at the border. And then to know that you immediately entered into this reality and that you try to give your help and to give your hands toward those who are strange and who are arriving there at the border, it's really amazing what you are still doing there. And you have to know we are still praying for you day by day, so that you have the power and the energy to go on in this really difficult challenge now. Thanks for this witness. Yeah, then Alexander, you did one experience you wanted to speak about after the time of the camp.
Nee, das meinte ich genau nicht.
Okay. Or do you have another one now?
Das Video noch.
Okay, nee, dann mach es jetzt. Okay, yeah.
We have a very nice experience because you know, we would like to go on the way of the camp. I will show me a bit. We would like to go on the way to live the gospel every day and to live the mottos during our daily lives. And we would like to show you a small new project we are trying to to start actually. You know, some of you are always joining the big project of taking Jesus at his word, to live his word every day, every month with the different mottos. So from now on, we would like to share small videos of everyone who wants to share his experience of living that motto actually. So we would like to show you just some seconds, because you have to click on the channel Pieces for Peace. We have some videos, and the first video comes from Michaela from Slovenia, and it's something like that.
Hello everybody, I'm on the top of the world, you can see. Well, here I am. Hi, how are you? Are you having a good time? It's quite interesting time for me because I changed school. Yeah, I went from the old school in the third year of studies.
So that's just a little impression of those videos we are going to start and to share with everyone. So on the channel Pieces for Peace, after our live stream, you can just watch the first video we have. Thank you, Michaela, for your deep experience. It was very, it's really touched me what you are doing. For Jesus and for the way you are living with him and for the impetus you are receiving of him. So I really would like everyone to watch this video. It's like 2 or 3 minutes, not more, and maybe some of you can join that idea of sending us some experiences of living the mottos of the gospel every day.
Okay, thanks Alex for presenting Michaela, and thanks Michaela. If you are online, it was really amazing for us to see it, and it's so concrete how you are living for your grandfather. Thanks for this witness. And we have got a hello from Isabella from Albania. Isabella is also with us, so give our hello to her.
Hello!
It's really nice. And I want to give the word now to George, because George did one experience during the last weeks after the camp.
Also es war ein Streit aufgekommen bei meinen Freunden.
There had been a fight in between of my friends.
Und da hatten sie sich halt gestritten und hatten halt nicht aufgehört.
And they didn't stop fighting and struggling.
Und dann habe ich gesagt, ihr sollt doch Frieden unter euch haben und zusammen geht's doch alles besser und so.
And then I spoke about peace, and I really encouraged them to start to find back into peace, because together it's going better.
Und dann haben sie sich die Hände gegeben und haben sich dann gegenseitig entschuldigt.
And then they shake really hands and they apologized one to another. And peace, yeah, started. Really fine. Thanks, George. Yeah, okay. Then a short experience from Alex as well.
I would like to tell you a small experience of my mother. You know, my mother was joining the camp for one day, just on Friday and Saturday, the last Friday and Saturday. And it was very nice what she did after the camp, because my mother is teacher, and he's in her school. There's one class, one group, just of refugees, students. So she's working for 12 people from 6 different countries, and they don't know any German, so she's giving German lessons for them. And then once my mother did a mistake, because she brought sweets to them just to be kind for them. But then they started to fight in that group, because someone said, no, it's not for Muslims, because you have to buy it in a supermarket. And some Christians were there, and some different groups of Muslims of different countries. And so they started a big fight about that, if they can take that or not, and if it's possible or not, and which group can eat it and which group not. And they were really, it was not kind, and my mother was shocked because of that, but could understand everyone who was talking. And then she opened the desk, and she had a big amount of keys you did during the camp. You know, the keys with the keychain, key for peace and be brother, be sister. Because Minos sent a big amount of keys. He looked from me here. So it was very nice that my mother had a big amount of them, like 20 of those keys. And so in this moment, exactly, she opened that desk and she put all those keys on the table, and she started to talk about the camp, of the experiences, of the importance to live as brothers and sisters together as one family. And it was a starting point to think about that, what is important to be together, to live together. So thanks to you and to everyone who was working for the keys. You did a good job, because you could resolve the problem of that concrete fight between the religions. It was very nice to see that the message was going on actually in other situations, not in the camp, but in other situations in our daily life.
Really fine. Thanks. Now we move to Katarina, because Katarina, she can present a short experience from Albania.
Isabella, just right now. Hello, I'm now with you, and right now I'm full of emotions. During my life, it's not a long one now, I can keep in my heart some of the best experiences I ever had. And the time in Kamen is one of them. Being there with you in that camp, I felt loved, I felt happier than ever, and I felt a peace that nowhere else I could feel. When I came back to Skoda, sorry, I have to learn, my city, I can totally say that my life started to change, of course for good. And a big thank you and a big hug to all of you all over Europe. I'm feeling more blessed than ever. And now I'm closing this with the best word in German. Tschüss.
And I can share one small experience from my side, because, you know, last weekend I've gone to the very famous mountains of the Sauerland. You remember the Sauerland. And I've gone there with a little group of ministrants. And so we really tried to go on with a group of about 12 people, but more and more they jumped out. And at the end, we only have been 6. And it was also for me very hard because I gave all my time. And then I remembered always the motto, it's given, it's given, it's given. You know, that's a motto of this month we are trying to live together with the Friends of the World. And I understood now you really have to give your life because they jumped out because of different reasons. And they have some other opportunities or some other, let's say, tasks to do. And first I was asking myself, but what's now the will of God? Is the will of God now to jump out as well and to tell them we have to block it, it stops, or to give my life for them? And then I decided you have to give all, because Jesus gave his life, and he gave his life as bread. And I understood now you can give your life as bread for those 6 people, for the small group. Then we have come to the Sauerland, and we lived in a very, very nice cabin in a little house. It was in a very big forest. And I tried to organize it all, to speak to everybody of them, to prepare a little bit the kitchen, to make jokes, and then to prepare the fire, and then we collected wood in the big forest for the late evening to have a little fire in between of us. And more, the atmosphere in between of us became really warm and became opened. And then we have been sitting on 2 big banks in front of this cabin, of this house, and more and more very deep questions came out. There was, for example, one girl, she asked me why God gave me freedom and liberty, because I don't know how to take the freedom now for my life. But why did he give it? Why did he give it to me? And then another question came out, how can we live together as boys and girls in our age of 16, 17 years? And more, and then one guy asked me, but you know, my parents are coming from another country and they are speaking always about the hell. But I'm looking for the joy in my life, but I'm full of fear. How can I lose my fear in my heart? And we were still sitting there in front of this house on the banks and speaking so deeply and so, let's say, openly about all those questions which came out. And then we lighted the fire, and it was really dark because no light, big forest, and I only saw the light of the fire on the different faces sitting around the fire. And it was like a little community, and Jesus was burning in between of us. And on Sunday morning, when we celebrated the Mass, one of the boys told me, last night was so important for me because I understood a lot of I found a lot of answers concerning my questions. And I'm so thankful that we are here. And I'm so thankful that we are only a small group, because otherwise I didn't have had the courage to speak about it. So I understood the way of Jesus was another one that I would have chosen. And when we came back here, I invited them to take an ice cream, and I saw the joy in their faces. So it's given, it's really helped me to go on. Now it's experience from Father Heinrich.
Yeah, right. Maybe it is working as this.
Yeah, it's working good.
Okay, now. Yes, I'm doing some experiences with refugees actually. And we have 2 men from Syria who come regularly to all the masses we celebrate in our church. And one Sunday, the last Sunday of August, there was not only these 2 Syrian men in the church, but also another man I did not know yet. And after the Mass, I thought, you must talk to this man. And he was rather quickly leaving the church, so I really got off all my liturgical clothes and ran out of the church to meet this man. And he was already at the station of the tram, And I spoke to him. Who are you? And he told me, I'm from Sri Lanka, and I am a Hindu, but I like so very much to go to your church here. And so it was early in the morning, it was the mass at 8 o'clock, and he was there, and he told me that he has his wife with him and with his little daughter, and they are living in the refugee village in our city of Dortmund-Wickede. And then we had the same day we had our parish feast, and at 10 o'clock there was another mass, and this man appeared once more with his family now, and he came to the mass, and after the mass he told us that he would like to get a Christian. Yes, I did not want to convert this man to Christianism. That was not my first intention, but he said that he would like to do it. And then he went to, he took part in this feast, and he went outside and was sitting also with all the German people together. And it was not only, ist das ein Zufall?
Coincidence.
It was a good coincidence that he came to a special family to sit with his family. And this family, who was sitting beneath, was expecting a priest from Tamil Nadu in India. They had been supporting since 30 years, and they wanted to see him on Thursday. And so this German family invited this Hindu family to meet him, to come to their house and drink coffee with them. I think it was a very fine experience, so that the God is really doing the things if you are open, if you do your steps, if you if I would not have talked to this man, I don't know what would have happened. And I think we must only do these little steps. That's very important, and God does his things.
Thanks a lot, Heinrich. Now we have the very big joy that Claudia and Maria from Macedonia are joining us. It's so nice. Hello, Claudia and Maria.
Hello.
Hello.
And we are. I see that Jan as well is joining us. So hello, Jan.
Hello, Jan. Hello. And now we have some short experiences coming from the clouds. You know, the cloud papers, which you filled in during our staying on the farm of Schulze-Berge, some minutes before of the final mass we celebrated together there. And we will present you some short impressions coming from yourself. Maybe Katharina, you can start.
God taught me not to judge people and not to be jealous, because He will give you what you need. We just have to wait.
Really fine. But do we? Maybe you can add?
God gave me peace. I came to Germany stressed after the entry exam from our faculty, and during the camp I relaxed. I have to thank a lot of wonderful people for the time they spent with me, and the friends from the country who showed me a mistake I've been making towards God for quite a while. My soul feels now at peace.
Really fine. George?
You learn to love the life often you start to love ours. My love for the church grave up. My love for the after people grave up. Sharing
is caring.
Sharing is caring. We are all brothers and sisters.
Really good.
Yeah.
In this week, I've known new people from different places of the world. I have met new people and lived beautiful experiences with them, playing, speaking, praying, and with together. The most important thing for me is to love to my friends and to live like brothers and sisters.
To live like brothers and sisters. That's the real motto. Thanks, Milena. And you know, Katuna, she is still working in the seniors house. Du arbeitest noch weiter in dem Seniorenheim jetzt, Katuna. And you spoke after the camp that this time sharing together with those people was really amazing. Du hast darüber erzählt, dass diese Zeit, die du mit den alten Leuten und den Jugendlichen verbracht hast, irgendwie total besonders war für dich. Sind da noch Reaktionen hinterher weiter rausgekommen? Did they react after the time we have been there?
Ja, die fragen immer noch nach Jugendlichen, ob die noch da sind, was die momentan machen, ob ich mit denen Kontakt noch habe.
So it's funny because all those people you met there in the house Volkermann, they are still keeping you in their hearts. And they are asking how it's going on, if you are still here or if Katuna has some contacts to them. And it's really fine.
Ja, und immer fragen, also ich bin echt froh, dass ich sowas mit Jugendlichen, meine Bewohner sowas gemacht habe.
And I'm really happy that I found the courage for me to go with some of you into the house where I'm working now. It's really amazing.
Und ich bedanke mich noch für die Jugendlichen, die mit mir teilgenommen haben.
And thanks a lot to all those who did this experience together with me in this house for the seniors. That's really fine. Thanks.
We have more greetings. Greetings from Marie-Christine Westkamp. She's watching us and she's in Höxter. She wrote, "Great to see and to hear you. I'm so happy. Many greetings from Höxter, Marie." So hello, Marie.
Hey. Hi. Yeah, and now we want to move really to the other nations because you know we spoke about Macedonia, that we are still helping all the refugees arriving at the border in between of Greece and Macedonia. And I've got one email from Tina. She's belonging to the group of Slovenia, and she's a teacher. And she's working about the subject of refugees in the class because she's responsible for some classes. And it's really amazing that the information we have got from Albania. Sister Rita, she's connected to the group of Albania. She wrote me, and Isabella as well, and Amala as well, that you have a very big plan now for 1 weekend in the November time. Because you are still organizing in a little peace village close to Škoda, you are organizing a weekend in between of a group from South Albania and of North Albania, and a group of the Kosovo Albanians and from the Macedonian Albanians. So you have 4 different groups, and you know that the situation in between these groups, it's not a simple, but a very simple one. You can see now the invitations there in the camera. But in spite of the difficulties, you really have the courage to invite them and to make a weekend together in the Peace Village. And you invited one priest from Italy, and he will help you really to go on and to stabilize all the connections in between of you. We have been so happy to see that you are really going on with the message we try to live here in the camp, now in your own country in Albania. And we want to promise you, I think on the 12th and the 13th of November, it will take place. We really promise you to pray, to stay connected with you in praying for this meeting here in Germany, so that we are really on the same way, fighting and living at different places. That's what we could speak about. But now Alex will give you some ideas about the circulation of our life, because you know, if life is not circulating, it stops. If I'm not breathing, I will die. So life has to circulate. And we have some different ideas now to be always in this motion or in this movement of circulation.
So you know that one big motto of the camp was to stay connected. To stay connected, that yeah, you know the song "Never Walk Alone." So that's the most important thing, that we as Europe, as the world, we have as mankind, we have to stay connected, and to stay connected as the family of the camp with everyone who wants to join us. We have some ideas to go on this way. One idea is by the videos we just saw, the first one of Mihaela and of the experiences we are doing in our daily life. So that's one way. If you would like to share some experiences, if you have the courage to, it's important to share it, that everyone can learn from it, and can that shows that we open ourselves to other people, and that's very nice. It touches the heart of so many people. So if you have the courage to open yourself and to send us a small video, we can put the frame, yeah, we can put the intro and the outro to the video, and then we can translate it. We always have it in German and in English. If you want to do it in German as well, we can translate it in English. So just what you want. And yeah, that's the first idea we have for staying connected. The second one is that from now on, you saw during the last 2 weeks, on every weekend, on Friday or Saturday, sometimes on Sunday, like yesterday, we would like to put a small experience or small impetus on our fan page, Go4peace 2015, and that's a motto. That's a small text, and the motto you can live during the week. And maybe if you want, you can live it in every moment, in every time of the week. And if you want, you can share some experiences with that as well. That's the second one. The third one is the question. You can answer it right now by WhatsApp, by commentaries, and whatever you want. If this would be the last live stream we are doing, or if you want to have another one, maybe in one or 2 months. So if it's a medium for you, if you like to do it once more, please send us your opinions, because the important is that we have to know if you like it, or if you find it too yeah, whatever. Maybe you would please just help us to know if it's a good medium to stay connected as well, the live stream. Okay, so we have 3 ways to stay connected, and please use it. It's very nice to live that family that we are.
Thanks a lot, Alex. And we have a new person now on our live stream.
Yeah. Valentina is writing from Slovenia. For me, it's so heartwarming to see all you again. It's a reminder that those dreams are real and are continuing. And we all say hi to Valentina.
Hi!
Hi. And also Jan from Germany. Hi.
Hi!
And Fedja and Padre, they're also with us.
Ah, that's fine. Hi, Fedja and Padre. Yeah.
And many greetings from Kosovo. Frane is writing.
Hello, Frane.
Hi, hi. I'm with you, and really I miss you all. That's a message of Frane from Kosovo.
Thanks.
Message of Kosovo.
Yeah. Hello, Frane. So you see, it's a big chance we have tonight, because a lot of people are joining us, and we are really connected on different levels. And now we come shortly to the end of our live streaming, and I really want to remember you at 12 o'clock, high noon, day by day. You are still invited to say very shortly this prayer for peace, because I think it's so important to have one small moment day by day in which we really can be connected by praying for peace. And you know, the situation of the world, it's a really hard one in this time. And I think it needs a lot of prayers, and it needs of hearts who are open towards God. And therefore, it's really good to take this short moment at 12 o'clock to pray shortly for peace, and to pray that we all have the courage to live for peace. And I want to close our live sharing by the small experience when I listened for the first time to the video of Michaela from Slovenia. It was so amazing for me to see you, Michaela, and to see how you did this very big step to go out of your old school only because of your grandfather, because you understood he needs help now. And you lost your friends to show him your love. And then at the end, you started to speak about problems. And you told us, from time to time, the problems are taking you. And then you are fixed by the problems. But you have to do it in another way. You really have to be free concerning the problems. So you have to be above the problems, and you have to be the master of problems in the special sense. And this word, I remembered very often during the last days, to be not in the hands of the problems, but to be free. Then you are free to solve them. But if you are fixed by them, or if you are embraced by them, you can't solve them. And so I saw how your experience helped me on my way in a lot of difficult situations to go on and to live really this freedom of being a child of God. And therefore, I really want to thank you, and I want to encourage you, like Alex did it, to share what you are living by all the mediums we try now to propose you. Yeah, that was our third live stream now. It's really 1 hour. We shared 1 hour here on the live stream. And it's a good time now to say goodbye, because I don't know if the Romanians are with us, or the Hungarians from Romania, because they have now 10 o'clock. You know, it's 1 hour further. So 10 o'clock, and we are really happy to go on, and we have the fan page, we have the YouTubes, and we have the motto, the weekly motto for you. And we only can promise you, we have the desire to stay connected with you moment by moment, really to live in this company, to live in this group, so that Jesus can be in our midst. And that's our joy we wanted to share with you tonight. Thanks for joining us. Hi.
Bye-bye.
And we are still expecting now your reactions. Bye-bye, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
And thanks, Father Heinrich, for the techniques.
Yeah. You know, he's like a flying angel. You know. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know the clause.